So I started doing research. I started coming back and going to auctions and looking at stuff. And while I was traveling abroad, I started to realize that nowhere in the world that I've seen do you have access to such educated art as you do in this country. Because our audience is so small, we take for granted that we have access to extremely good artists. The value of something is not to do with the price of something.
That is something I want to deep dive into. A very intriguing conversation. I mean, there's so many questions going off in my head now. It's obviously you have a wealth of information, and I'm going to try to break it down piece by piece. So please bear with me, Ty.
Sure.
You mentioned earlier, just to backtrack a little bit, about art galleries. So you went to art galleries. Like, was it for your intent to, you just personally loved art and you wanted to get into the industry, or buy it for your home, or for clients as an interior decorator?
No, I think I started to do some research. I've always loved art. I've always collected art.
Why to you is art so beautiful? What do you appreciate about it?
I think in South Africa in particular, I think we're a very interesting society. We're very multicultural. You know, I grew up on a farm in the Drakensberg. I went to private school in CBC in Pretoria. I went to public schools. There's a little bit of Zulu in us. There's a little bit of Xhosa in us. There's a little bit of my Jewish heritage. There's a lot of my Afrikaans heritage. So we're a real melting pot. You know, South Africa has 11 different cultures. So for me, art has always been an intriguing way to layer stories. Yeah.
Not one particular, but art, African
as
art
a whole.
As a whole. I mean, okay, so...
Well, I'm not a Zulu man, but I can look at a traditional Zulu painting and I can understand the integrity behind it, and I can understand the love behind it. For me, it's not what German tourists come to the country and see. They come to the country and they see a narrative that we are supposed to fit the world with, not what we really are. And I think that cultures are important. I think that understanding cultures are important. I think that connecting culturally is important. And I think that art is a wonderful way to be able to connect with one another, an important way to connect with one another.
A little bit earlier, some new paintings come in, and it's just incredible how, you know, as they come in, it's like how you articulate a story with the painting, and I'm like, wait, I want to like film you. I thought that is so beautiful. I hope to show the viewers there, but just the way you articulate what you see in a picture.
So the story with Welcome's work is that washing lines in rural areas are very much cultural storytellers in terms of what is going on in households. So you can always see by the clothing hanging on the line. So this body of work speaks to the fact of the birth, the new birth of babies, the reaction of society, and how that interplays with people's social understanding of one another. So that one's sold to Austria, that's going to Joseph. He's paid for that. I like this one as well. I think it's very clever. He's such a phenomenal storyteller. He really and truly is a phenomenal storyteller. I also love the Gucci and the Louis Vuitton and the Mercedes. He's great. It was my favorite. So society has turned itself upside down. So that's the story, is that society has literally turned itself on its head. Yet the world carries on. Look at how clever he is. Look at the butterfly over there that's pixelated. And then look at his soft storytelling with that blanket. I mean, that blanket is just incredible. You want to actually wrap that blanket around you.